Is it just for athletes? Why would anybody else other than somebody like that would want to consider taking peptides?
Definitely. So yeah, I actually love asking this question because I talk to physicians all the time, just in my normal day to day. But some of them are like, oh, peptides are just a fad or this or that. Well, I would say, I'm like, what do you think? Insulin's just a fad? Because insulin is a peptide. I think everybody knows what insulin is. It was discovered over 100 years ago for diabetics. And so that's a peptide. Human growth hormone is a peptide. So we have all these peptides that people know about. And, so they aren't. I mean, the GLP-1s also are a peptide. People don't always associate that. But that's, I think, what's kind of opened up the doors for everybody to have some interest, as everyone knows pretty much what Ozempic and Mounjaro are now. Just from how popular they are. So they are for pretty much everybody and anybody that wants to signal within their body. And as we age, our signals start deteriorating. So I like to compare often to like our hormones. As we age, our hormones go down. And so we replace our hormones to stay as natural, as we are and as young as we are. And we want to feel just as good as we were back in our, teenage years. So same thing with peptides. As we age, our bodies don't work as well and they're not signaling as well. And so we can supplement those also to have more energy or lose weight if we're, gaining weight, or, repair our bodies as we injure ourselves, and all the above, neuro regeneration. There's all kinds of applications for it. So not just for athletes.
Thank you. That's awesome. And you're right. I think with this thing about Ozempic and all of these different GLPs, it kind of like made it more popular, the peptide whole thing. I think before that, it was a little more like you said yourself, like, what is this? So it might have come from people, maybe more athletic. They were probably more aware of it. But now it's become so popular and worldwide. And anyways, I've loved it. I think the first peptide I took, Tony, was probably prescribed by a doctor. But after getting into that world, I've done a little bit about what you said about experimenting, but that sounds a little bit scary. Like, what are the side effects? Like if a person decides, you know what, I want something to help me lose a little bit of the weight, so let me take a peptide, either the GLP-1 or GLP-2 or whatever. What are the side effects? If I take this, will I be addicted to it? So what is your take into that?
Yeah, so this comes up all the time. I mean, they're naturally in your body, so the safety profile is very usually well tolerated. Some of them, more so than others. You can have side effects. I know, nausea and things like that can come along with GLP-1s at higher doses. That's expected. You can have some of the growth hormone agonists. You can have reactions to those. You can have some flushing, things like that, where you just feel lightheaded and heated up. But one of the things I always like to tell people is just start low and go slow. I mean, everybody is unique, and that's, I think, what's amazing with peptides and hormone replacement and everything else, is we're all unique. So what works for me may not work for you. You may need a higher dose. You may need a lower dose. Something that comes up all the time, male, female, doesn't matter. I mean, I know some females that do higher doses than males on certain things, and it's just how our bodies are working and how efficient we're utilizing things. So they're very well tolerated. They are safe, but I always just say, go start low, go slow, see how things are. And you brought up a great point too, though, is there are a lot of physicians that are starting to implement peptides as well. When you look at some more functional medicine and wellness, there's a lot of different places you can get them. You can get them from 503A, 503A, or 503B compounding pharmacies. There's some research companies now. I feel like everyone's popped up online. I do always say, be careful on what you're doing there. We don't know, make sure you know where the source is. Make sure that you're looking at certificates of analysis, make sure that they're testing for heavy metals and toxins if you're going to go that route. I know there's people that go out to the gray market and they buy in bulk, and they, I don't even know, they talk on WhatsApp and buy in Bitcoin and stuff. It's not really my thing, but I always just say, I'm like, go to the most reputable source you can. If you have a physician that can do it, I mean, that's always what I recommend, first and foremost, because they're going to be the most knowledgeable and able to help you out. And also you can call them if you have questions. When you start dabbling more in research and everything, you've got to do a lot of your own research as well. So if you're willing to do that, it's awesome. That's what I had to do 10 years ago. We didn't have all this knowledge and a lot of doctors prescribing, but I was just talking to him. Like, it's what you feel comfortable with, but just be safe about it. It's, we're not looking for the cheapest thing out there. This isn't a pair of shoes or, a watch or something that you're wearing. It's something you're putting in your body that, can affect you tremendously. I always just say, make sure you're doing the safest and most pure products that you can find.